So very good evening to all. Very good evening to you and everyone here present here. And today we have AROHAN lecture series 11. As his first speaker, we have Dr. A.M. Maina, the former Vice Principal and Professor of Computer Science and Engineering from Novakis College of Engineering, ASAM. She'll be talking on the importance of computer vision and its applications in industry. To introduce briefly about today's speaker, Dr. A.N. Maina is the former Vice Principal of Novakis College of Engineering, ASAM, and she was also heading the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. And she completed her BE from GEC Mysore in 1995, and she completed her post-graduation and PhD from BTU, Belagavi. She has teaching experience of more than 28 years, and she has served in Malnad College of Engineering, Assam, prestigious institutions like MS Ramaya and Novakis College of Engineering, Assam. And a broad area of research is image processing. She has worked on image registration during her post-graduation and image fusion during her doctoral work. And she has published more than 30 research papers in reputed international journals and conferences. And one of her papers has more than 155 citations. And she has presented her research in the World Congress held at Los Angeles, USA, for which she received a grant from the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Madam, it's our pleasure to have you on this particular session, AROHAN. Now I request you to please continue, take over session. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for the introduction. I'll now share the slides.
Yeah, you can share the slides.
Yeah, a very good evening to one and all gathered here for the presentation on importance of computer vision and applications in industry. So computer vision, this word computer vision itself tells the meaning. Suppose computer had eyes. So how would it process the information that it sees? That is all about computer vision. So it is a buzzword now, because along with the image processing and AI, computer vision is gaining a lot of importance, and it has got a wide variety of applications in industries. So formally, computer vision is a branch of computer science that empowers machines to see, recognize, and process images just like human beings. So it could be images or it could be videos as well. So just like we want AI to think, so just like AI gives computers the ability to think, this computer vision allows the computers to see. So to automate tasks that the human visual system can do. So for example, one of the examples that I've taken here is the license plate readers. So suppose the computer sees the license plate, it is supposed to recognize the digits in it. So from the image, it has to do the character recognition and then splice out the digits. And then it can do the later processing. So another example here. So to make, as I already told, computer vision makes computer understand images and video. The different types of computer vision include image segmentation, object detection, facial recognition, edge detection, pattern detection, etc. So suppose the computer sees this image. So first it has to, so suppose we human beings see this image, we just first see like how many cars are there, what is the scene about, what is the depth, how far is the house from the cars. So this is the processing that we do as human beings, because our brain is very much capable of doing this. So we have this visual perception, but this visual perception is missing in computers. So we have to develop algorithms for the computers to have this visual perception. So for example, what kind of a scene, where are the cars, how far is the building, etc. And that is a part of computer vision. So suppose a bowl of fruits is presented to us, then we see it through the eyes. So these eyes are like cameras for us, and the brain processes the information. And then we recognize that there is a bowl, there are oranges, there are bananas, lemons, peaches, etc. A similar bowl is presented to a computer. So we have a sensing device, which is the camera. We have the interpreting device, which is the computer, where the processing is done using the algorithms. And then the output could be that the computer also might recognize the bowl, oranges, bananas, lemons, peaches, etc. So this comprises of the computer vision. So understanding the content of a digital image is the main objective of computer vision. It might seem easy, but it is not so, as the computers do not have the gift of vision and perception. The following tools and techniques are used in computer vision. Image processing, where we use techniques for enhancing and analyzing the images and the videos as well. We use machine learning algorithms that learn from the data to make predictions or decisions. We also use the deep learning technique, where we use neural networks that excel in image recognition tasks. For example, we present an input image which contains a car. So the output of the system would be that it predicts that it is a car. In general, there are 4 steps in a computer vision system. The first step is image acquisition. So the image, the digital image or a camera or image sensor provides the image data or video. Technically, it could be a 2D image or a 3D camera or sensor that can be used to provide the image frames. Second step is the pre-processing, where image processing plays a major role here. The raw image input of cameras needs to be pre-processed to optimize the performance of the subsequent computer vision tasks. So pre-processing includes noise reduction, contrast enhancement, rescaling, image cropping, etc. Step 3, we use the computer vision algorithm, where the analysis is done. The image processing algorithm, most popularly a deep learning model, performs image recognition, object detection, image segmentation, and image classification on every image or a video frame. Step 4 is the automation logic. The AI algorithm output information needs to be processed with conditional rules based on the use case. Yes, this depends on the type of application. This part performs automation based on information gained from the computer vision task. For example, pass or fail for automatic inspection applications, match or no match in recognition systems, flag for human review in insurance, surveillance and security, military or medical recognition applications. So these are the 4 major steps in a computer vision system. One of the simple examples is, suppose we take an example of an autonomous car. An autonomous car is the best example for a computer vision system. So in this case, the car itself is a computer. So the cameras attached to the cars will act as eyes, and since there is no driver, since it is a driverless car, the computer or the car has to continuously take decisions. To take those decisions, it has to process the images and the videos that are fed to the car. So as the car drives itself, so whether it is to be accelerated or whether a brake is to be applied or whether the car has to start, all those decisions are to be on the spot, they have to be taken. So in this image, if you see, this is where there is an image in front of the autonomous vehicle, where we see a pedestrian, we see a bicycler, we see an oncoming car. So these are labeled. So annotations are done. First, the objects are recognized. Cars are recognized. Cars are identified. Object recognition is done. Then the annotation. Annotations is the labeling of the type of objects. There are different types of objects. So the labeling has to be properly done. That is the task of the computer vision system. This is another example of a computer vision system where we have already started using this in Sony CyberShot camera, where when somebody is posing for a photo, so the camera itself has got that intelligence to click the photo when there is a good smile on the person's face. So when there are distractions, the photo is not clicked. Then when the person poses in a good way, or when there is a smile on the person's face, the photo is clicked. So what we see here is the camera itself is a computer which captures the image and also takes decisions on its own, where it decides when the image has to be clicked. This is another example of computer vision. Yeah, this is a classic example where the Afghan girl was identified by her iris patterns after many years. So this is login without a password, which we have been already using. We have on our, just to log in into our the mobiles itself, we use fingerprints, we use face recognition systems. Again, both of them are examples of computer vision. Especially when we talk about the face recognition system, we show our face in front of the camera of the laptop, and then the laptop or our mobile, so where those devices recognize us through the face. So this again is an object recognition on mobile phones, where we click an object, and if you want more information on that, by just feeding it into the system, we can get more information on the object that we have just clicked. So the computer vision algorithms. So when we say computer vision algorithms, it's a multidisciplinary field basically. So it uses machine learning, it uses image processing, it uses deep learning, etc. Where the main aim is to see that the decisions are made properly or the objects are recognized properly. So computer vision algorithms today are based on basically the pattern recognition. They rely on convolutional neural networks. So computers are first trained on an enormous amount of visual data. So training is a very, very important task, because in artificial intelligence, as we know, we cannot write an algorithm to recognize our face. A direct logic for recognizing our face is impossible to write. So what we do is we train the system, we train it with lots of facial images, and then we process the computer processes those images and labels the various objects. They also find patterns in the objects. For example, when the facial images of human beings are fed to the computer, it finds out some important information, or it will identify the patterns and then identify that it's a face. For example, if we send 1 million images of dogs, the computer will first analyze all the images. It will then identify patterns that are similar to all the dogs, and at the end of the whole process, it will create a model dog. As a result, the computer can accurately detect whether or not a particular image is a dog each time an image is sent. So this is a very important task. So training it correctly is an important task. So the key technologies used are image recognition, where from the given image, objects are identified, people are identified, and scenes are identified. Next is object detection, locating and identifying objects. And facial recognition, identifying and verifying the individuals. Optical character recognition, where converting different types of documents into editable data. This is another example of computer vision, where we have now new hardware and advanced algorithms that have led to the exponential growth of computer vision. So we see in the first image where the different way of the emotions of the person are detected. So the first face is neutral, Then happiness, surprise, anger, disgust. So this is called as the emotion detection, given a facial image of a person. The second one that you see is the tagging. The best example is the Facebook. As soon as we upload a photo in the Facebook, it will identify our faces and it will also tag, and it will also ask us to whether we have to tag particular faces based on its recommendations. So this is another classic example. So the applications of computer vision, as of now, today there are no fields where the computer vision is not used. So the earliest application of computer vision began in 1950s, but it was first put to use in 1970s, where it was used to detect typed text from handwritten text. So today, computer vision is a mature technology that generates huge cost saving and saves the time. So fields of applications of computer vision: retail and manufacturing, transportation, insurance, media, agriculture, healthcare, sports, banking, augmented reality, home security, content management analysis, and many more. It's not just these and many more. In applications in manufacturing, so quality control, automated inspection of products for defects can be developed, predictive maintenance, monitoring machinery through visual data to predict the failures, robotics in guiding robots for assembly and packaging tasks. So these are some of the applications in manufacturing industry. For example, here we see a manufacturing industry where the objects are identified, persons are identified. So this is one of the applications in the manufacturing industry. So this is another application where the objects are counted. So we see there 13 steel rods are there. So 13 steel rods are fed to the computer. Then the algorithm counts that there are 13 rods. So this is not an easy task. So the algorithms, the computer vision algorithms have to be very robust in order to do such tasks. So image processing also plays a major role here. This is another example where this is an industrial robot. So those who have visited Toyota car factory in Bidadi, you must have seen that there are vision guided robots which position the nut runners on the wheels. So there are 6 robots there in that industry where they do the fixing of the nuts on the wheels, and they do it so accurately, and lot of time is saved and manpower also is reduced. In space again, so vision, computer vision in space. So computer vision is used for panorama stitching, 3D terrain modeling, obstacle detection, position tracking. Okay, so for more information, we can go through computer vision on Mars. Applications in healthcare, medical imaging, we can analyze X-rays, MRIs, CT scans for diagnosis, patient monitoring using cameras and sensors for tracking patient health, telemedicine for enhancing remote diagnostics through visual data. These are the applications in healthcare, and you can see the robotic surgery being carried out. The doctors guide the robots at sitting in a remote place, and the robot carries out the operation that you can see in the right half of the image, where the robot is doing the actual operation, and on the left we can see that the doctors are guiding for the operation. This is a classic and a very important application of computer vision. So in medical imaging, in 3D imaging, MRI and CT again, they are the imaging systems. So image guided surgery. So applications in retail. So in retail industry, retail markets, we can analyze the customer behavior using video analytics to understand shopping patterns. So in all the retail shops, we'll have the CCTV cameras or specialized cameras attached where we can do the customer behavior analysis. Similarly, it can also be, computer vision can also be used for inventory management. So where we can automate stock level monitoring through image recognition. Then we can have self-checkout systems. That is, we do not have to have people sitting at the checkout counters using computer vision for seamless payment processes. For example, here, so we can see that on the counters, the bottles are kept, the commodities are kept, and the prices are stuck on the racks there. But the computer vision system, it will read those prices and it will also match with the item, and then if automatically the price of the product gets recognized. This is the object tracking. So various objects are detected here. We have at the checkout counter, we have a person. We have two customers as well. The handbag is there, refrigerator is there. So their movements also can be tracked in the retail market. Applications in transportation. So we have already seen the example of autonomous vehicles utilizing vision systems for navigation and obstacle detection. Traffic monitoring, analyzing traffic patterns through surveillance cameras. We also have this license plate recognition, automated toll collection, and law enforcement. So we're already facing this, where now they want to remove fast tags and go for HSRP, where using computer vision, automatically amount could be deducted. So this is an example of a traffic analysis, where using the surveillance cameras, the vehicles are being detected. So this is another example where vehicles are detected. Again, the frequency of the vehicles or the traffic, the number of vehicles passing through during a particular time of day also can be counted. So once these are annotated like this, counting becomes easier. So this is another example of application of computer vision in transportation, where we can see a car there. The car model as well as the vehicle number are detected. So the model is detected as Toyota Prius. The orientation also is detected, that it is the front orientation, and the type is the sedan. The car type is the sedan. And also we can see that the number, the license plate number also is detected. Applications in agriculture. So you must already be knowing about this Plantix software, which is developed by a Berlin-based agricultural tech startup. This uses image recognition to diagnose pest damages, identify defects and nutrient deficiencies. So it will take the farmer can take the pictures on his mobile and can use this app to find out if any damages are there and what is the type of pesticide that he has to use, and then he can also discuss with the experts. Another application which is called as the see and spray. So this Blue River technology has developed a robot. This is called as see and spray, which uses the computer vision like object detection technologies to monitor and precisely spray weedicide on cotton plants. Precision spraying is used. So it is not like, so the pesticide is only sprayed at places where actual defect is there and not to the healthy leaves. So this is computer vision in aviation. So you can see the image of an airport where various objects have been recognized here. So this image just shows the object's recognition, and then but later on, okay, many other applications will follow after this. Processing will follow after this. Challenges and consideration. The important challenge that we face here is the data privacy, because concerns around surveillance and personal data. So cameras, as we know now, are placed everywhere, wherever we go. So concerns are related to data privacy. Then algorithm bias. So ensuring fairness and accuracy in computer vision systems. Computer vision comes under soft computing, where we cannot always expect 100% results. So we'll have to choose the and develop best algorithm that gives the maximum correct output. And also about environmental factors. So there could be variability in lighting, angles, and obstructions during the time the image is captured. Future trends, so advancements in AI, continued improvement in accuracy and speed. That is, there are lots of, so the computer vision has gained lot of importance these days because of the availability of lots of images and videos. So there are too many images available in the net today, and again many complex algorithms have been developed, and that is the reason there is due to the advancement in AI. It has led to an advancement in the field of computer vision as well. So if computer vision is integrated with Internet of Things, so this will lead to will give us smarter solutions. And real-time processing becomes very important. So enhancements in processing capabilities for instant feedback. So, so with this, I end my talk on computer vision. So all of us have been making use of this field of computer vision. So I have just given a very brief introduction about computer vision and its applications, but there are many more applications in future to come. Thank you so much. If any questions are there, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Any questions from participants? Hello? Yeah, if there are any questions, you can raise virtually. I can coordinate it. Okay, there seems to be no questions, madam.
Yeah.
Yeah, one second. Just I'll try to just thank Dr. A.N. Mainia for her insights into the importance of computer vision and its application in industry. So she highlighted the critical role of computer vision in advancing smart manufacturing, where real-time monitoring and defect detection. So the computer vision, obviously, it's actually an aid in early diagnosis and treatment of so many other advanced imaging analysis techniques. So her presentation is undoubtedly highlighted the critical importance of computer vision in driving the future of industry, encouraging us to embrace these developments and explore new possibilities for the growth and improvement of in their respective fields. So overall, it was a wonderful presentation, madam, and thank you very much for the informative session. On behalf of Principal Secretary Higher Education, Commissioner Collegiate and Technical Education, and Director of Technical Education, and all the participants here, I thank you very much for your valuable time and information session on computer vision. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity given. This is a very fertile field for research. So research scholars who want to get into research in computer vision have got lots of opportunities in future. So thank you once again, sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Marishma. Thank you. So we will pass on to the next speaker. You can close it.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing. Sir.
Yeah. And we have next speaker. We have next speaker, Mr. Arun K.
Yeah.
We have familiarization to Appian, a low-code automation platform for BPM application development. Today's speaker is Mr. Arun K. an assistant professor from the Department of Information Science and Engineering, Acharya Institute of Technology, Bangalore. And he has done his BE and MTech in the field of computer science. And he is an Appian certified associate developer and authorized Appian instructor. Mr. Arun has rich experience of 18 years in engaging the live sessions on recent technologies, both in academia and industry. And is a passionate trainer, and he believes in quality training and imparting knowledge to younger generation in the technologies like Appian and MERN full stack. And he's also skilled in programming languages like C, C++, Java, Python, and shell scripting. Welcome, Arun, for this AROHAN lecture series 11. And over to you.
Opportunity to come in front of everyone.
Yeah,
and
it's better since
All right. Appian. Most of us being in an academia, we don't know what is Appian. Why? Because it is newly entered into an Indian market. So to understand Appian, there is something which we need to understand that's called as a BPA, right? This 30 minutes is not going to be any development of any particular application. It is how Appian makes a journey of any developer much easier to build any particular application. That's what I will be introducing you to. And if time permits, I'll quickly show you why this is called as a low-code automation platform. Probably 2-3 minutes walkthrough of one of the object of Appian. All right. With that context setting, let me get started. I have already been introduced by Sir, so let me move on. So BPA, that's business process automation. What is business process automation? So basically, it's a technology to perform the task. See, we day in, day out do a lot of activities in our workplace, right? Those things, how do I make the things much easier for me to do the things without manual intervention? Right, that's what the BPA comes into the picture. That's where the BPA comes into the picture. So the whole goal of this BPA is to improve the efficiency, reduce the errors, and save time. Now, the first two statements, what I have made, some of you might have understood, some of you might not. Let me take a simple example. If we go back 10-15 years, the attendance process, what we had for all of us as a faculties was a manual, right? What used to happen was from the principal office, there used to be an attendance book, which used to come to the HOD's chamber. Then we used to put a signature. Then the clerk used to take it back. Then the accountant or someone who was in charge used to look into that and mark it as a present or absent. It's a tedious job every day, which was required. Now, if we see after a 10 years or a decade time, now what has happened? We don't have that book anymore exists, right? Everything is automated. We just come, we punch either our ID card or a biometric, all right? I scan. So this makes our job easier. So in our workplace, we want to build certain things which is required very less human intervention, but does our job very, very effectively. That is what is all about business process automation. So Appian is one among such tools which will help us to build the applications. All right. Now, as you can see here, animation, nevertheless, the left-hand side of the diagram, what it was demonstrating is this tool are available in two ways. One is a proprietary based, other one is an open source. So Appian is a proprietary based IBM suite, business process management suite. Likewise, there are so many open source are also available in the market. The good thing about Appian is that it supports all the next gen technologies like RPA, AIML, IoT, cloud, digital assistants, everything as such. You name any next gen technologies that is supported through Appian. So it is a proprietary base. That's what I wanted to demonstrate here. Yeah, go to the next slide. Now, what is Appian? So Appian is basically one platform or a software platform, we can say it as, to build application. Now, what kind of an application we build? The application which makes my job much easier to run my daily business, right? And these applications can be built in no time, I must say. We can build application in a daytime or two also, which makes a lot of big difference in a proprietary work. So there are three major things. What happens here is, one is process setting. The second one is how do we manage the data and how do we set the workflow. See, I took the example of attendance earlier. for better understanding of BPA, business process automation, where I was telling the process is the attendance book coming into the HOD's chamber, from there faculties coming and putting the signature and the clerk taking, and then going back to the principal office. Then from there it goes to the account. This is a process, right? This we need to draw as a workflow, right? So that we can do it in the Appian. So why people choose Appian nowadays in the market? Many of the IT industries, I'll show you what and all the which and all the companies. One is low code feature. As a developer, if I am getting into an industry, I come from a non-computer science background, assume, then I need not have to know the full-fledged coding or a full stack to become a developer. So that is the great feature about this one, low code feature, and it comes with a lot of pre-built features. Then portability. Portability means as a developer, I need not have to worry about whether I'm building the application for a web, a desktop, or to a mobile. It has so much of compatibility. You just have to work on your application. It will fit in automatically. You need not have to worry about that. And it has a robotic process automation capabilities. So the three things, if you click on next, it makes in three things, unified data, we call it as, that is process mining, workflow, and automation. All the three things comes under one umbrella. Next one. So what kind of an application I can build here? It is not a small scale applications or a software what I build. You can build application of an enterprise grade softwares. So it is not just okay for attendance purpose. I took that example, but you can full-fledged applications are built using Appian. That is what I'm trying to demonstrate over here. Moving on, as I told, it is a mobile ready. So if you build an application, then it will automatically fits into the mobile also. If you go to the next slide. Now you can see the same images or the charts what you're looking at. It is fitting in automatically. It will auto scale itself in such a way that it fits into desktop, or it will fit into the laptop, or to the mobile, or to the iPad. It has internal capabilities to adjust itself, the screen length and all those things. So it makes, as a developer, my job much simpler, right? I am not worried to learn about too many technologies here, how I build an application for a mobile or to the web, right? So moving on. So why people choose Appian in the industry now? The one great thing about is the faster way of building the application, because it comes with such a wonderful pre-built features. So it takes no time for building application. As per the Appian, we can build the application 17 times faster compared to any other applications what we develop. And it will reduce the developer cost, because I don't require to deploy so many people to build one application. Now, few people who have a good knowledge on Appian can build a wonderful application for us. That brings in a lot of savings for the organization. That is the reason most of the IT industries are migrating towards Appian technology or a tool to build a lot of applications. As the CIO says, many of the applications what we could develop in 5 weeks time, now we can do it in a week time. So where and all we can use Appian. So you name a particular place there and all it can be used. So if we have built already application using a legacy technologies, and if we want to modernize them, then Appian will help them to build that. Customer lifecycle management, as I already told, say for example, now we have a Bangalore one in Bangalore, right? So if we want to build such application which Bangalore one uses, and if, that Appian can help us to do that. Corporate functions, IT industries, HR and other things, people who need to do their daily in day out work, recruitment process, all those things can be easily implemented by using Appian. Government risk compliances, that is whenever there is an importance of a security comes, application which demands a high security, there also Appian can be used. Just for all the participants understanding, the application what US police system uses currently has been built using Appian, just for our understanding. The Federal Bureau, I believe, uh, is built by using an Appian. That's what integrated operations. Suppose if two organizations merger takes place and a lot of movement takes place, right? It's not just a human movement, it is a lot of process movement which would take place. There and all, if I want to use also Appian partners. So this is very important for all of us to know that Appian is a big thing in IT industry, but which has a very less light on it because it has not yet taken the market ruler capabilities yet. Microsoft, TCS, AWS, Infosys, you name any IT industries, because I've been training to many of the IT companies in the last 3-4 years. Most of their IT professionals are getting updated on Appian. All right. So all the IT companies are using it. Now, as a developer, so it is not for a professors. Probably if you are keen on building the application, these are the 4 verticals what are available in the Appian, where you can choose the role of a leader who is just has a very high level idea. Planner is someone who is an analyst. A builder is someone who is known as a developer, and administrator is nothing but a web or a server administrator. Now, if I want to become a builder or a developer, then I should take the third vertical what you are looking at. So there are basically 4 different roles as an Appian person we can choose. So if I want to become an Appian developer, then the builder is the thing what we need to look at. So if I become an Appian builder or a developer, what and all the things I would get to know, right? I will be able to collect all the information and build the application. Then I will be having a good hold on the database. I'll be able to build the interfaces. I'll be able to build the quality assured data. And it is a scalable application what eventually I'll be creating, right? Moving on. So as I already told, I am an Appian associate developer, certified developer. So this is the first level of a certification what everyone has to go through. Each one of them has their own complexity to clear. So the first one is an associate developer, second is a senior developer, third is a lead developer. So to clear associate developer, you have to learn Appian by yourself or through a lot of qualified trainers are there who can train you on that, and you can appear for the examinations. That's an Appian certified. Post that, you need to put on at least 2-3 years on that, then to become eligible for senior developer certification. Each of them comes with a lot of price tags. I must say certification costs around $150 to $200 each of the certification exams. But advantage for a student as a professors, when we tell these things to the students, that adds a lot of weightage to their profiles when they go for the interview process. Because this is emerging tool, I must say, emerging technology, where industries will be welcoming such students who are into those technology, because all of us are talking about AI, IoTs, AWS, cloud computing, big data, all these things. But some of these things never comes into the limelight because they are not part of our curriculum or may not be our interest of research area. That's why we don't talk. But for a student point of view, these will become a great asset when they put it in their profiles. So how the certification process takes place. It is a proctor-driven certification, we call it as, because it happens one-to-one. Your camera should be on, your entire room should be silent, no one can walk in. They will ask a lot of questions. We need to keep answering. It is a 60 minutes, 60 questions. You need to score around 78% to clear that global certification. Hence, what the market has great value for it. right? So this
Yes, Appian is a new platform, as you rightly mentioned, which will be useful for developers to quickly develop their software without writing much of code. I think nowadays the software developers are getting advantage of this and preparing a lot of this. I hope this was very useful and informative session for all the participants. On behalf of all our officials and participants here, I thank you very much for your time and sharing your valuable time with us and sharing your knowledge among all the participants here. Thank you. Arun.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Yeah,
all.
hello. We have next speaker as Dr. L. Timesha from Government Engineering College,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hassan. Timesh, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Briefly, I'll introduce to the this August gathering. You'll be delivering a talk on technical communication for engineering students. He's working as an assistant professor and head of the Department of English at the Government Engineering College, Hassan. And he has got total 17 plus years of experience, and he has got PhD in 2015, and he has published 24 books to his credits with for university, ACT, UGC, and different agencies. And he has got 30 plus research publications, and he has presented 15 papers, and he has got workshops of 30 plus, and he has organized national level ACT 2, and he was a chief coordinator for 5 national level ACT sponsored STTPs, and he has coded for different conferences and national level camps. So altogether, put together, he is a very active and dynamic person at GECs. And on behalf of all the participants here, I welcome you, sir. And now I request Dr. Timesha to
Thank you, sir.
take over the
Thank
session and enlighten us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Dear professors, dear friends, first I would like to thank our Honorable Director, sir, and Commissioner, sir, and also the coordinator of this program, AROHAN series, organizing this wonderful lecture series through providing platforms to the faculty members of government engineering colleges and other the institutes and organizations through which and getting in different varieties of knowledge and which is very relevant and very important in the present scenario. I am wholeheartedly thank Basraj sir and all the staff, officials, authorities, and higher officers of our department before starting my lecture. I would not like to call it as a lecture, and in this series, in my available 30 minutes of time, I would like to share some of my ideas and my thoughts and my what information I have acquired through in few years of experience in observing engineering college, that particularly engineering students, what is required and what's happening and why our technical English is important, and where in what direction it's moving. In connection to that, I would like to share some of the information. Once again, I thank Basraj sir for to getting an opportunity. Sir, now I am going to share this slide, sir. Now I'm going to share some of the information about regarding technical communication skills. Before that, I would like to share some of the information regarding communication skills. Yes, today in the business world, in the IT sector world, is more interconnected. This language and communication is more interconnected, where the most of the particular very communication, it has become the most basic and yet one of the most important functions of all the management and industry in all the firms and organizations, as we know. In that particularly in a country like in India, where millions and millions of aspire to stand out and own skills that will provide them with an edge in their personal and professional journey. In that, good communication skills will provide communication skills will definitely add an edge to their skills and talents. And no matter, as we know, as we are aware of it, which medium one uses to communicate, whether it is today, actually, instead of English communication, I have opted the title technical communication, because the instead of a medium, how one uses to communicate, one needs to ensure that talking and listening both transpire, because effective networking skills and negotiating and making presentations and generating sales and winning in all these are the proposals or whatever it may be in the communication, and also even providing leadership qualities, influencing people, all depend upon good communication skills. Whether communication skills means whatever we communicate, whatever we interact, all includes communication. In today's digital hall, every day in the morning, in the nearby principal chamber and in all the places wherever we faculty members we gather, we are all generally we used to discuss the most of the all engineering branches are becoming digital branch of engineering. It is an era of digitalization, and in that in this moment, when everything is becoming digital, we need to introspect ourselves and how the things are happening, because on the communication it is done in several formats. The ability to communicate verbally should never be underestimated, both in communication, written and verbal and non-verbal, and the various types of communications that we discuss, and it has become very popular. Why these communication skills we need to discuss? No matter what job you have in life, your success will be determined, as per the research, 5% by anybody's academic credentials, 5%, and 15% by our professional experiences, and 80% by our communication skills. Why communication 80%? See, even in last 2 days back, we had a discussion. We had a discussion in the Government Engineering College, AROHAN, with the BML, the team who have come for the placement purpose. See, at the end, when they are moving to the Bangalore, by the time we had an interaction with the company, the experts and HR and all technical team, and they said very openly, they said, see, the students have the inferiority complex. Students have, they have their confidence level is very low, and they're not outspoken. They may be good in technical, and they openly they said in the college entrance, the students were very good, but they're not capable to explain the things what they have learned in 4 years of engineering. And this is my humble request to all the faculty members. Please, everybody has to take it very seriously. See, whatever the technology, whatever the information, whatever the issues we explain, and we make them to write in the examination or CIE or any university examination, all okay, they're clear. And there is a trend and tendency of and I don't know that it may be the mindset problem, but in majority they neglect, and they do not give more importance to the English classes, and as well as the technical communication English classes. And we generally think that the communication, anyhow in final year, in last semester, or anyhow when they face the challenges, definitely all these things, language and other things will come to know, and they will when it become the necessity, and they will learn like that we treat. But the communication is playing a very predominant role that we are not realizing. That is very, very important in the 21st century, because 21st century, this 21st era is called as the era of LPG, liberalization, globalization, privatization. Dear friends and my dear professors, and today, my dear students, today one cannot imagine running any firm or any business or any program or any whatever the type of work where the staff or the candidate or the team does not communicate with each other. We cannot imagine. Without communication, nothing will happen. the communication is it's a very vital, it's very predominant, it is very essential. Without communication, see, the various issues are taking place due to because of the communication. And we are aware of lack of communication would only lead to serious efficiency problems. That also we know. And the lack of communication, it leads to mismanagement. And lack of communication, it leads to misunderstanding, which would eventually lead to the company running into the losses or various other the fluctuations, dear friends. Why the communication, technical communication, we need to teach to our engineering student, and also to make them to learn and to inculcate the qualities of communication skills is it enhances their ability to share their knowledge, and also to collaboratively to work with the company or the team, and also with the technology on which they start to work. And why technical communication matters a lot. And I do not take much time within my the time which is allotted. Within that, I would like to complete. Why technical communication matters? Communication, that too technical communication. In communication, there are various types of communication. Even myself, I have written a book on technical communication. I have written a book on functional English. See, the title have its own sanctity in the communication cycle, where the technical communication, it matters because it bridging the gap between technical knowledge and application. In the employment, what all the knowledge they have acquired in 4 years of engineering, our students, whether they are applicable or not, whether they are capable to use the knowledge which they have acquired in engineering, for that the technical communication, it becomes a matters, and it plays an important role. And this technical communication, it enhances it, and even enhancing collaboration and teamwork, as I said earlier, and also improving job prospects and career growth. And even when I discuss with many placement officers, and they most of them, they very oftenly they used to say that this communication skills, if students have good communication skills with little bit with the minimum technology or technical terms or technical a few concepts which they have learned in engineering, minimum technical skills with maximum communication skills and idea and approach, they are placed for higher the packages and higher the jobs in different companies. This is the very general statement which I have been listening from last 12 or 13 years after joining government engineering colleges. Dear friends, see, this is a one quotation in connecting to the communication. How this communication should be, how our students should are capable to communicate and able to manage the things what they have learned. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಇವನ್ ಬಸವಣ್ಣನವರ ವಚನ ಇದೆ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಿ. ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಆರದಂತಿರಬೇಕು, ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯದ ದೀಪ್ತಿಯಂತಿರಬೇಕು, ನುಡಿದರೆ ಸ್ಫಟಿಕದ ಶಲಾಖೆಯಂತಿರಬೇಕು, ನುಡಿದರೆ ಲಿಂಗ ಮೆಚ್ಚಿ ಹೌದೆನ್ನಬೇಕು, ನುಡಿಯೊಳಗಾಗಿ ನಡೆಯದಿದ್ದರೆ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವನಂದನಯ್ಯ. It means our students, if they speak in the placement drive, they have to get selected. If they're not selecting, it is not 80 more than 90% of the cases which are I have been observing, and it's a very general observation of all the heads of the department and principal and all the placement department sections. Their complaint is students are not able to communicate. I don't know the other engineering colleges whether it is happening, but in GECs, in government colleges, and as well as where the students who come from the rural backgrounds, and students who have come from the different backgrounds, where they have not got an opportunity to expose to with the society, and even inculcating social skills and win good interaction. And here I would like to share some of the other issues also regarding technical communication skills, and why and how and for what purpose it is. ಡಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾತಿದೆ, ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹರ್ತುನಾರ್ ಗೋಚರಂ ಯತಿ ದತ್ತ ಭವತಿ ವಿಸ್ತೃತ ಕಲ್ಪಾಂತೇಪಿ ನಯನಶ್ಚತೆ ಕಿಂ ಅನ್ಯದಿಯ ಸಮಂ. ಕಳ್ಳರಿಗೆ ಕಾಣದ ಆದರೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೂ ವೃದ್ಧಿ ಹೊಂದುವ ಎಂದಿಗೂ ನಾಶವಾಗದ ಸಂಪತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯೆ. Yes, yeah. See, the knowledge which our students acquired in 4 years of engineering, and even earlier our principal of GEC AROHAN, sir became Vice Chancellor of VTU, he used to quote the line, one statement in his in most of in his general the discussions, sir. See, ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಗಳಿಸಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಆ ಆಸ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಗಳಿಸ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರಿನ ಜೊತೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಗಳಿಸಿದಂತ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿ ನಿಲ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಸಿದ್ದಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ ಅವರು, ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಸ್, ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಸಿ, ಹರ್ತುನಾರಂ ಗೋಚರಂ ಯತಿ ದತ್ತ ಭವತಿ ವಿಸ್ತೃತ ಕಲ್ಪಂ ತೇಪಿ ನಯನಶ್ಯತೆ ಕಿಂ ಅನ್ಯದಿಯ ಸಮಂ. ಯಾವ See, knowledge is permanent, knowledge is powerful, knowledge is because last week I had a discussion with one bureaucrat and IAS officer, and he said today in the 21st century, knowledge is power, power is money. Our students, they are acquiring the knowledge, but that knowledge they are not capable to transfer or transit that knowledge to the company or convince what the skills they have acquired, dear professors. So it is my humble request to all of you, to provide an opportunity to the students to in the classroom or in the wherever, let them to communicate properly, or if they're not communicating, see, I am not insisting. It is my humble request. Communications means it is not only communication, it is not only the English, the conversation is not the communication. Communication there are, because I have this I have to show to you. In communication, around 80 in communication, the words, the verbal communication, the words vocabulary which we use in the communication, it is almost to 25-30%. And remaining 10 to 15% the sentence and the vernacular language, vernacular statements which we use. But apart from that, you believe it or not, is more than 50%, 50 to 60% in the communication, it is body language. All the placement, the companies, software, soft skills training companies, which are all visiting our college campuses, in their training, they give a very high importance to the body language, intra-communication skills, inter-communication skills. See, there are various barriers related to the communication skills that and it has become very common in the 21st century, where the industry and where the society, the globe, the universe is moving towards industry 4.0 and 4, even moving for 5G, 6G, 7G. Along with that, we need to train our students to speak technically, to speak and with the relevance, the content-oriented, concept-oriented, and whatever they communicate, that should create the listener to pictures, to visualize what the content is delivered by the candidate or students in the final selection process. My dear professors, the education is not learning of facts, but the training of mind to think. See, what we are doing, we are most of us, we are concentrating and we are highlighting, and as well as we are forcing the students to acquire the facts, but we are not training the minds to think. But communication will make them to think. If they start to communicate, they start to think. That's visualization, that pictures, that it start to work in their subconscious mind, what I am going to deliver and how I am going to deliver, and what are the things I need, I have to convince to the experts with whom I am going to interact. So the communication is a skill, communication is a science, communication is an art, communication that itself is everything which creates platform and wonderful the domains and making them to get the familiarity for various domains of knowledge in this in across the globe for various other things. So communication skills, it enhance skill enhancement, that particularly communication skills, technical communication skills, provides the opportunity and knowledge for a student to develop and to strengthen the necessary skills to gain and to maintain, and also to become advanced in chosen area. But majority, we are not giving platform, and we are not giving the scope, the chances. And see, the tendency we need to check. See what we are thinking. My words, it may hurt some of the listeners. See, we are in the era of internet. We are in the era of YouTube. We are in the era of, see, all the resources, all the materials, and wonderful knowledge. The world knowledge is available in the Google. Our students are nowhere they're inferior with any foreign universities, the student, because they see the resources are available. See, we need to create the platform. We need to create the environment in which our students should be ready to express those things and to discuss those things, and through brainstorming sessions. We are not creating brainstorming sessions. We are trying to fill with the knowledge. See, fill with the knowledge. No, that is not the real education. Yes, Swami Vivekananda said, education is not that. It's just to giving the information or explaining the notes or whatever, giving the PPTs and all, providing the physical material providing will not make them to become mature, and will not make them, the student community, to become success in their career, unless until, dear professors, unless, see, Baba Amte, a social reformer, he says, why technical communication is important to engineering students? It is important because unless you are moved, you cannot move others. Unless you are motivated, you cannot motivate others. Unless you are inspired, you cannot inspire others. It means unless the communication, it cannot infiltrate in the minds of the student, the necessity of the communication, unless they get a platform to explain and explicit as to explain the things, they cannot become expert in communication. So I request all of you to give platform to the student community, and wherever the opportunities are thought for, the situations which will be created in the campus, and there we have to involve the students to speak and to deliver the varieties of various programs and activities through which they can transfer the technical skills, social skills, economic skills, and social skills, cultural skills, and language skills. Through that, their communication skills will be improved. This is my humble request to all of you. And yes, English is very important for various reasons. As we know, English plays an important role in our everyday life. There is a great utility of English in the modern world. We know the use of English should be continued along with the Ind and other regional languages in business, in education, in getting job, and as well as in media and entertainment. And some of the reasons why, because it is international common term. You know, it is the language of academia, language, and English. It gives you access to a wealth of written media and online and printed, and comes in handy when traveling. Essential if you want to work in international business or commerce, language of science and technology, software, MNCs in general. Dear friends, it plays essential role in our lives as it helps in communication, and there are various other issues. Along with this, sir, can I continue for another 5 minutes, sir?
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay, thank you.
So
Dear
you
friends,
went up in 5 minutes.
okay, yes, sir, sure. Sir. Dear professors and my dear students, success is not the only key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. See, in communication, with this statement, I would like to explain that. See, in communication, when you are communicating, when you are transferring the information, it has to become an habit. When it becomes a habit, then definitely that communication, that habit of communication and cultivation of the discussion and all these things will give good result and fruitful result to the community, student community, and in general, all to improve overall. So we are improving the communication skills, improving the technical communication skills. Here, both students and as well as everybody, all are inclusively. We are responsible, and we have that responsibility, because coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. So we need to think that all of us, we have to work together and thinking together to enlighten our students to think maximum to express their ideas and all, as well as their the knowledge, technical knowledge, what they acquire. So the purpose of an education is an opportunity. If our student, if they do not get an opportunity, in my word, opportunity means it is bread and butter. The purpose of an education is an opportunity. And everybody, they're joining their kids, and the students are joining the engineering or any other education institutes to get an opportunity, employment. If they do not get an employment, what is the use of an education? That will be the next level discussion. So, and we are aware of it. We are aware of all these things. Why our students are not getting an employment? Because our students are not up to that level and regarding communicating, or else in their success, their 50% of the success, it solely depends upon their communication skills. With this few words, anyhow, my time is as per the schedule, the 30 minutes time. I'm going to stop my presentation with a few information. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವೇ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡ ಮಾದರಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವೇ ಮುರಿಬೇಕಂತೆ, ಆಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಎತ್ತರಕ್ಕೆ ಏರುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ನಾವೇ ಕೆಲವು ಮಾದರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೇವೆ, ಹೀಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಕಾಲ ಬದಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಕಾಲ ಬದಲಾದಾಗೆ ನಾವೇ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಮಾದರಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ತುಳಿದು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಂತ್ಕೋಬಾರದು. ಯಾಕೆಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ದಿಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದಿಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್. ನೋ, we have to make them to come out of all those constraints. For that we need to create an environment. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸರ್ವೌಷಧಂ ಅಸ್ತಿ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರವೀತಂ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಪರಿಹಾರವಿದೆ. ಮೂರ್ಖಸ್ಯನ ಅಸ್ತ್ಯೌಷಧ ಪದಂ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಔಷಧಿ ಇದೆ. ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್, ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಫೂಲಿಶ್ನೆಸ್. ನಾವು ಆ ಮೂರ್ಖತನಕ್ಕೆ ಪರಿಹಾರವಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಾಲು ಎಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ, constructively, with a positive manner, we need to go ahead for the success of life. ಬದಲಾಗುತ್ತಿರುವ ಕಾಲಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಲನಶೀಲವಲ್ಲದ್ದು ಬೇಗ ನಾಶವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ we need to change, we need to modify, we need to update ourselves with the changing technology, changing the trend, changing scenarios in the society where the technology is moving, AI and ML and all the digital branch of engineering is becoming in all the way, with this information, I would like to conclude my half an hour the discussion, this part, to take it very positively, to provide opportunity and as well as to create the platforms where the students have to come forward, and we have to make them to come forward to speak positively, constructively, and whatever the knowledge they have, whatever the skills they have acquired, without any inferiority complex, without any hesitation, without underestimating themselves that I could not able to do. Yes, we have to fill that. We have to make them to, yes, you can. It is possible. Don't think like that. We have to always positively. We need to encourage the students, so it will help the student community to come up with the good whatever the technical skills they have to success in their life. With this information, I would like to thank all the speakers. All the community organizing team of this AROHAN lecture series, and also for patient listening of my lecture, the 30 minutes lecture. I thank all the participants, and I thank our senior professor Basraj sir, and as well as our director sir and the commissioner sir, and all the officials of the department for getting me an opportunity to share few my thoughts in this lecture series. Sir, thank you very much, sir, for getting me an opportunity. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Timesh. Any questions for Timesh on technical communication English?
Questions, sir?
No,
If
I'm
if
asking
anybody
any
asks, I
participant.
will, yes.
No, just I'm checking with participants whether
Yes,
they
sir.
will ask any questions related to your talk.
Yes, sir, sure, sir.
Any questions? Yeah, I think do not have any questions. Dr. Timesh, it was very informative and
Thank
very interesting session.
thank you,
And
sir.
we all know that technical communication English plays a pivotal role in dissemination of information in this globalized world of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Because for any sort of transferring information, it needs a communication language. So obviously, English is considered a global language, which encompasses the skills, practices required to convey any complex.
Sir, here is a question, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, who is that? Yeah, Vasant Kumar. Vasant, madam. Just allow him to speak.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Vasant?
Hello.
Yeah, Vasant.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it's not a question, a kind of suggestion.
Hmm.
Um, can we have one kind of FDP for all our faculties regarding technical communication, if possible?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Timesh should answer for this.
Okay.
Timesh?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is highly required, sir. It is very essential. Technical communication. See, generally, what the faculty members are thinking, communication means if the student if they speak in English is he is good in communication. Communications means technical communications means it includes various aspects of communication, verbal and non-verbal, body language, and as well as the presentation skills. And there are various other soft skills. In overall, in total, it is including all the soft skills topics.
No.
It is called technical communication.
Oh, well, let us be specific to the question of Vasant.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible to organize a week workshop for all
Yes,
the
sir, it is
teachers
possible,
who are
sir.
willing to take up technical communication, which is very much needed for all the
Faculty members.
Yeah, faculty members.
Yes, it is possible, sir.
Yeah, I think any one of you can submit a proposal, and it can be organized in the respective engineering colleges to all other colleges.
We will get it done, sir.
Yeah. That is
And
better.
Balwant sir is asking the question, how we can overcome from the barriers of communication? Yes, sir. It is possible to overcome from the barriers of communication through practice. Practice makes a man perfect. Like we have to, it should be the communication. It's a continuous process. In first semester or second semester, in the initial stage, we will teach the technical communication, technical English for our engineering students. But that's importance is very high in the final year, so that it should be a continuous process.
Okay, thank you. I think we have another next speaker waiting.
Yes, sir.
On behalf of all the education,
Thank you, sir.
higher education and technical education officials, and as well as participants here, thank you very much for your valuable time, Dr. Timesh. And it was a very informative session on
Thank you,
communication. Thank you very much. Yeah, we have a
Thank you, sir.
speaker. Yeah, we have a speaker, Devanand, Dr. Devanand.
Good evening,
Are
sir.
there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Devanand actually is assistant professor as well as a training and placement officer at the Government Engineering College, Muscle. And so actually, he'll be talking on, his talk is on placement and training opportunities and challenges in government engineering colleges. It's very much needed for today's colleges, especially government engineering colleges. And he's working in the Department of Civil Engineering, Government Engineering College, Muscle, AROHAN district. Devanand, over to you.
Thank you, sir.
You can take up the session. Thank
Sure,
you.
sir. Sir, is my voice audible and the presentation?
Yeah. Voice is also audible. Screen is shared. You make it full screen.
A very good evening to everybody present here. Without further ado, I start with my presentation straight away. Thanks a lot for the previous speaker, Dr. Timeshal, for giving me the perfect launchpad, where he spoke about communication skills, technical communication skills, very important about the placement and the present condition of students specifically in the government institutes. So taking that as the prerequisites, I'd like to present this first slide. As we know, we are in a race. As we were in the race, and right now the students are also in the race to reach the deadline. So, and you know, and it's a very general topic where we all know the day students get admitted to the college, they ask about placements, and they remember the placements at the last semester again. So placement is a very general topic, irrespective of which stream we are, whether it's a degree college, a government college, diploma, whatever it is. Placement plays a very general role, and all faculties, irrespective of the cadre, principal, HODs, and assistant professor, lecturers, everybody directly or indirectly are involved in that placement process. So basically, students look for growth, they look for success, and they look for career. So keeping this in view, placement becomes very, very important. And with my limited knowledge and experience as the training and placement officer at GEC Hassan, and presently taking care of the placement activities at GEC Moscow, I humbly present this presentation or talk on the placement and training, opportunities and challenges in government engineering colleges. My name is Dr. Devanandar. Very quickly, we'll run through the training and placement activities, what we are into. Generally, it is divided into two parts. One is the training and the placement. In training, the placement cell looks after the technical. Very rightly, that is a core competence, the core technical subjects which is there, irrespective of CS, EC, mechanical, electrical, all core competence subjects plays a very important role, but students have to be trained in the technical subjects. In addition to that, in the present world, where most of the non-IT students are getting into IT students, coding and programming, data structures and algorithms, and web development also becomes useful. And we are seeing that, you know, the VQ syllabus in the first itself, we have CS courses even for the non-IT branches as well. So the technical core competence becomes very important, and the placement cell has a responsibility of taking care of technical training as well. In addition to it, we have the aptitude and soft skills training. And the last one, what communication, with the previous speaker, Dr. Timeshal, has rightly pointed out about the importance of communication skills. Aptitude is very important, which our students give a very least importance. But aptitude plays a very important role. If we understand the placement, the rounds, the first round is always the aptitude. The student has to clear the aptitude, only then he'll be allowed the technical, and then the group discussion, and finally to the interview round. So the first is aptitude. So aptitude involves your logical reasoning, arithmetic ability, and a small bit of English and data interpretation. So once the technical and aptitude training is done, as we come to the 6th semester or the 4th semester, internships. So internships, there will be two modes. One is the virtual as well as the physical mode. So this training is very, very important, very specially important for our government institutes, where we make the students ready for the placements. In placements, again, you have your on-campus and the full campus. Basically, for government institutes, will depend on the full campus. In addition to this, students have to be aware, or we need to make the students aware of the UPSC, SSC, government sectors, PSU, and banking sector plays a very important role. Defense, most of the students are not so very accustomed to the different opportunities which is there in defense, and obviously the private and the public limited. And very important, and the last one is the entrepreneur. Yes, we need to become entrepreneurs. We have to motivate students to become entrepreneurs. But first, they have to see the outside world. They have to see how the outside world works, how people are, how a company works, how money works, for which they need to have an experience. They need to get that first-hand information, first-hand experience by getting into a company, and only then they become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur cannot, a student cannot become an entrepreneur very next day he has completed his degree. So I feel this is the complete overall view of what a training and placement cell does. But what is happening right now? We have seen that IIT graduates are settling for very low packages, which is against their expectations. Look for better options, and the reason is your global economic slowdown. And most of the placement, say for example, 77% placement is happening in the hotel management and just 40% engineering. And finally, which made a big headlines, that is 36% students from the latest batch, that is the previous year, but IIT Bombay, they failed to get placements. And there's a IIT Bombay official who said that they are struggling to invite companies to the campuses. So this is from a IIT Bombay. So we need to know our strengths and weaknesses as government institutes. As we students, the moment they are out of our college, they are one among many. They have to compete with private institutions. They have to compete with autonomous. They have to compete with IITs. They have to do it. So how do we give our students the best, or where do we stand? So like I said, a small bit of, based on my small knowledge, what I've done is, some things we have incorporated in GEC Hassan and GEC Mostly, all thanks to the previous TPOs, giving credit to all the previous TPOs of both the colleges. We had taken some initiatives. So there are some initiatives this year, which is placed here. If time permits, I'll get back to the website as well, and we can just run through those courses. So for the training, one is the very important is your NSDC, that is your National Skill Development Corporation. So very recent, last week, NSDC and VTU have signed an MOU wherein PMKVY can be considered as an internship. Again, VTU has declared that from next month, that is for all the engineering students, they'll be creating a portal where they can register and they can apply for internship from that VTU portal itself. If that happens, it's a boon for all the VTU affiliated colleges, very important for government institutes. So the internships training plays a very important role. There are some ACT free courses. There is something called a CDAC for your computing, for computer science. And we all know Infosys Springboard, where most of the government engineering students and faculties are registered and they're doing good there. There's something called as NASCOM Future Skill Prime. There's TCS ION, TCS YEP program. This is most of the government institutes are doing it, where you have your youth empowerment program, and you have your IBM Skills Build, Google Build Your Future, all these portals, Easy Shiksha, Gate Trust, lot of portals which will give you a lot of technical knowledge, technical courses, Some are paid, some are free. Students have to get into it, explore, and start getting the best out of it. And the last one, called as the British Council, and in collaboration with your Higher Education Council of Karnataka, last month we had a session where the British Council will be training our students on English through our placement in the training offices. We had a one-day session and we had online sessions where there'll be an LMS which will be linked to the already existing Karnataka LMS. The British Council website and the LMS will be integrated with our Karnataka LMS. Clubs will be made in the colleges and students can practice English. Communication, very rightly said by the previous speaker. So this will help us in helping our students to overcome that, what we have discussed about the barrier, how to overcome the barrier and all those things. It's a very well-framed program, looking forward for that. In addition to these courses, there are some academies and non-profit organizations. Say, for example, we had ICT, both in GEC, Hassan and Mostly Osili, we are closely working with ICT, and we have EduNet Foundation, through which these people will become the interface between the companies who are providing the CSR initiatives and the institutes. Last semester, we had a 100-hour program specifically for women, that is the girl students, wherein we had 60 hours of Amazon Azure cloud computing and 40 hours of soft skill training. We had Capgemini in GEC Hassan. So, and from EduNet, we had the Microsoft training programs, we had the project presentations. So by getting into these academies or collaborating with these academies, government institutes can make the most out of the CSR initiatives, which should be tapped in a lot more. What are the opportunities? Once the students are trained, what are the opportunities of the placements? We, government institutes, specifically engineering college, we depend on VTU, and there is a centralized placement cell who gives us ample amount of the opportunities. But what happens is they have to cater to a vast number of colleges, around 200 plus. There is no specific centralized placement cell only for government institutes. No, there is a placement cell for the entire 200 plus colleges. So it is difficult, but we are trying to give our best. The other one is First Naukri. This is a portal specifically for the freshers. There are a lot of initiatives there. There are webinars, there are free courses, there is self-assessment programs in this First Naukri, which should be taken care and which should be used by the students. And obviously we had the LinkedIn, good connectivity with all the company HRs and the company managers, which can be used. And very important is the strong alumni. A college which has a good rapport, a good connectivity with the alumni, can tap in their positions, can tap in their expertise. It can be for the invited talks, it can be for the references for the jobs for the juniors. So the college alumni play a very important role in the placements. And pool campuses, like I said, it's very difficult to get companies to our government institutes. For the first time, with the help of the mechanical faculty, Dr. Vinay, we were able to get Toyotsu India, a subsidiary of Toyota company, to GEC Mostly Osili. This is the first company which has come to our college in GEC Mostly Osili. So it's difficult. Like I said, when IIT Bombays are struggling, we have our deficiencies. But what we can do is we can pool in with the private colleges. What we used to do in GEC Hassan was we used to request with the help of the principal and the HODs. For example, MCE Hassan, AIT Chikmagalur, from the college from Tiptur, RIT Hassan, Naukis. So we used to pool in, request them, and based on the rapport, they used to allow their our students to get into that very pool campus drives. So thanks to all the colleges who are helping the government institutes in this regard. And finally, the startups. So startups can be checked for any of the vacancies, and government colleges can use up these startups for the placement opportunities. Finally, based on the opportunities and all these things, there are some challenges. We have to know where we stand. Like I said, the challenge is what is there, or some initiatives which is required. So I've just divided into three parts. One is the institute, the second one is the student, and thirdly, the directorate of technical education, which they can give some inputs. So firstly speaking, institute, what is happening is there is lack of dedicated training and placement officer in the government institutes. And whichever placement officer is assigned, I with 100% assure that all the training and placement officer will truly agree that we have the academic workload, we have the other administrative workload, plus this is an extra workload wherein our efficiency comes down. So an exclusive training and placement officer is required. That is what differentiates us from the other private colleges. And the other one is the lack of campus placements, which is happening, like I said, lack of funds exclusively for training and placement activities. It's not that we cannot get companies to other colleges. The moment companies come, like for example, they have to come from Bangalore to Hassan. Their transportation, their accommodation, everything needs to be taken care of. And since we are in a government institute, it's difficult for us to generate funds and funds which is accountable. So I feel that lack of funds is a hindrance. And training placement activities need to begin from first year. This is what the private colleges does. We are not able to do that. Why? Because we don't have the lack of faculty members, as well as one person cannot take care of all the activities right from the first year to the fourth year. But actually that is required. You cannot have or expect students to come in the 7th sem and then have the training and placement and the very next moment be ready for the placements. Not possible. It is a continuous process. It should happen from the first year all the way up to the 8th semester. Not possible. Institutes have to take care about this. It's a continuous process. Like I said, all staff members, irrespective of the HODs or the professors, everybody need to coordinate. And last one, the government engineering colleges need to collaborate and form clusters and organize the training and placement activities. Wherever the GECs are close by, and they can form together, form a cluster, 2 or 3 colleges. Either it can be to organize a hackathon, organize a say a project presentation, or a small company to invite a small company that will take placements and the training to the next level. This is with respect to the institutes. With respect to the students, like I said, the first day they come, they ask for placements, and they stay totally oblivious to the placement activities. They need to have a student association. We have to have a student association only for placement activities, where they themselves can conduct activities. We can supervise, we can take care of that, but they have to be closely monitored and they have to be closely active for the next 4 years. And a lot of efforts need to be put for the aptitude and soft skills based on a previous experience. Like Dr. Timesar rightly said, communication our students lack. They have to give their best aptitude. Like I said, that's the first round. If they are not able to clear the first round, they cannot go to the next consecutive rounds. Courses, internships, very simple. They can take up NPTEL courses. Students completing the NPTEL courses becomes an added advantage. Companies will ask, you have a V2 degree, what more do you have? So these courses and internships play a vital role. Finally, from the directorate, from the high officials, since they are in a very good positions, they can create a platform exclusively for government institute students. They can speak to you from VTU to have a separate portal for government colleges. They can speak to the other companies, sign MOUs with these companies, and request them or advise them to give our government institutes the training placement activities. So when the director takes the first step, I guess the company will surely agree. When a placement officer or a principal writes a letter to the HR of a company, we know that what will be the response. But when a letter or a call from the directorate goes, I feel that will play a very major role, and all the GCs will be benefited with this very initiative. So any advices, any changes, any recommendations are truly welcome. We need to discuss, we need to sit down and make some changes in addition to these things. Thank you. I feel I'm right on time. If there's still time permits, I guess we can check with the...
Yeah, we can take up some questions, Devan, if there are any questions.
Sure, sir.
Any questions from participants? Hello? Any questions from participants? They want to have one questions on behalf of all the participants.
Sure, sir.
The major challenge, I think, all of us are facing is getting companies to campus,
True, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So in that context, only few colleges are actually doing good.
Yes, sir.
And I think you have Masala Vasali as one college and Karwar, Ugunadagli, we have colleges in Bidar, Nargund. So what are the actually, how to improve the overall placement in engineering colleges? Is there any
So,
mechanism so they can guide all the other placement officers for GECs?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
firstly, the students should be trained properly with respect to the aptitude and technical, sir. Once the company comes, sir, students will be able to give their best. They should be able to give their 100%. Getting selected or not is a different issue, but they should give their best, for which the student should be ready with their aptitude skills as well as the technical skills. Secondly, once they are ready with that, sir, the second thing is what we can do is, like I said, we can make clusters and 3 or 4 colleges can come together and invite the companies, sir. Or what we can do is we can have the aptitude is through online. Some companies, what they do is they do the online aptitude rounds, and for the interview, they will invite the students to Bangalore. So if that is the case, that is also better. So that can be done. But it is Herculean task. Sir. It is not so easy as we speak here to invite companies. Some more suggestions from any other placement officers. I feel these 2 things can be done where clusters can be formed, and we need to flaunt our sponsor, like by giving the project exhibitions and all those things. We can do that. Hackathons can be organized, or project exhibitions can be organized, where companies will first of all need to know there's a college called as Government GEC mostly or GEC Karwar. The moment they know that, at least with that thing, we can start approaching the companies, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Devan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think they have come to the end of this lecture session, AROHAN lecture series 11. I thank the Principal Secretary of Higher Education and Commissioner of Collegiate and Technical Education, and our Director, Department of Technical Education, and all the principals, staff members, and other students who have joined this series and who made it successful. So once again, I thank all the participants for joining almost for 2 hours continuously, and also a special thanks to all the speakers, Dr. Maina, Dr. Devanand, Dr. Thimesh, as well as Mr. Arun, for spending the valuable time with us. So thank you very much once again. See you on the next Arun lecture series on 30th of July. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye. Thank you.